Hey y'all, welcome back to video 3 with my makeover horse. This video is going to span multiple days and you're going to get to see a lot of the process throughout those days. I started off day 2 with a refresher on everything we did day 1 and then got to work on touching more of her face. So here the stick spooked her when it got back in her vision after being in her blind spot. I could have been more proactive in stopping her hip from turning into me.
During this brief intermission, Ellen would like to thank her parents for coming up and videoing.
Because that's what you're here for, not your birthday. Oh, that was great. So the reason I put my carrot stick up was to block her hip from coming into me. And I did it at just the right time. She was thinking about turning completely away. She moved her hip right back. That'll break her of that habit. If she wants to leave, she can turn the other way. Good girl. Just kind of spooked herself a little. She's doing a whole lot less movement today. She's figured out that I'm not here to run her around. She can hold still, and that if she does leave, she can walk. She doesn't have to trot. Mostly the movement that scares her. So in hindsight, I think she wasn't quite ready for this yet. I figured out on a later day that I needed to work on holding my hand in her space and just keeping it still and getting her used to that first. So what I could have done instead is just hold my hand still until her head stopped bobbing around, because it's hard to pet a moving target. There we go. So I just have to block that hip. Of one. I decided to change gears and see if she would take some alfalfa out of my hand. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Really gonna want to be my friend once she realizes I give her nice things. Good girl. Face. She has to get used to this anyways.
The alfalfa. Hi there. Well, you're about 3 inches from my boot. Aren't you cute?
And you gave her some confidence. Yeah, so this is called counter conditioning, where you pair the scary thing with the nice thing. And I'm obviously the scary thing. The nice thing. It's a method of desensitizing, which helps inform positive associations. Okay.
Sounds like you've been doing some reading. Or did you make this all up?
Not making it up. The approach and retreat method, the scientific term is systematic desensitization. Good girl. Can't remember, I think there's at least 2 others, and then there's also flooding, which is not at all recommended by science. And that's where you give them a scary thing and you make them feel like they can't escape it until they shut down.
Like if you had a 12-foot long aluminum pool scrubber brush.
And you trapped them in a little box, yes. Or if you tie them to a fence and throw a tarp over their head and they're tied so hard they can't get away, you know? That kind of stuff.
But there's a hand at the end of the alfalfa.
There's a person attached to my stack. Nope. This doesn't happen in the wild. Sincerely apologize if you hear constant mariachi music in the background. Unless you like mariachi. That's the neighbors. So here again, I was just trying to move on to the next step a little too fast. When I should have been holding my hand still, I was trying to stroke her already. Girl. I'm sorry for my pivot shaking side to side. It got confused with the lighting. Well, that was a pretty vulnerable position for her to put herself in. Hello. She was sitting hard. Yes. Look, you won't even notice. No? Oh, that's okay, baby. I take lots of breaks during these sessions, and I like to stand near the edge of her pen, and sometimes she comes over to me to say hi. Really staying for a lot longer that time. Training with these new Mustangs is a whole lot of repetition, but I thought I'd include a lot of these clips because they're pretty cute. Oh, does that smell funny? So that's exactly what I try to avoid in training, but it sometimes happens anyway. It's important to remember she's not just being mean or grumpy, she's just doing what her instincts are telling her to. So I just sent her away to let her know that's not okay. While I usually want horses to be able to express themselves, they need to do that in a safe manner.
I don't know where that pony came from. Yeah, I think she was just a little bit frustrated. She probably find it important.
Yeah.
But she loves me. Aw, she doesn't want to give me a kiss.
So I ended shortly after that so she wouldn't get more frustrated, and started again the next day.
I'll let her approach me if she wants. Desensitizing, I want to be really careful in this small space. Just really non-threatening. Really let her know I'm not trying to lunge her, I'm not trying to help her. Good girl, I'm too close to her face there. Just be super casual about it. Not a weapon. Look at it, good girl. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Good girl. I would really like to touch the side of her face a bit. I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to poke her in the eye by accident. She gets scared when it goes in her blind spot and then it goes back in her eye. Good girl. I think a lot of people find my videos, see me using a whip, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're beating it. Stop beating the horse. But it's not what we do here. Walk over. Good girl.
So the reason I bring the string over her head is not just as a trust exercise, but also to work up to being able to halter her. Pretty soon I'm going to start rubbing the string all around her face to get her used to ropes on her face. I began taking some steps toward her to get her used to me approaching her.
Yeah, it's fun. Good girl. Good. It's not funny. Yeah. Come on.
I'm honestly not sure why I spooked her here, but maybe I just caught her off guard.
I'm not going to sneak around her. I'm not going to sneak up to her. Because that'll make her even more scared in the long run. When I do start confidently approaching her. Approach her.
So unfortunately I spooked her here. I tried to reach around to the side of her face, but she wasn't quite ready, and that sound you heard was the tag. So for the rest of day 3, I just alternated desensitizing to touch with my hand and with the stick and string. There was lots of repetition between the clips I'm showing here. One day it would be great to show long, unedited videos of Mustang training, but I don't have the equipment for that right now. Let me know if that's something you would ever be interested in the comments below.
Yeah.
I ended our morning session there. When I came back later in the afternoon, she was significantly more unsettled than before.
She must have heard a noise in the background or something that startled her here. So I also did a bit more counter conditioning with hand feeding her hay.
Oh, that's so scary. You did a good job.
Yeah. Try not to make it like a, I'm trying to reach you now. Yeah, you're getting there.
I mean, she's always been a little more favorable this side, but now she's like really showing it.
Yeah, we'll get some good progress on this side and then spend the rest of the time on the other side. That's the side you need to be on to halter. I mean, yeah, over again. Huh? Now do up, down, yeah, and get closer with the up, downs. Step in front of her drive line a little bit, see if you can encourage her to stop. There you go. Good. Work. Good. Up, down, walk in. Good, that's very good, Ellen. Now wait for her feet to stand still, and yeah, that's a good spot to release. Really good. You just haven't really asked her, hey, I need you to stand still for this. Yeah. Whoop. That's really good. Good job, Ellen. That's a good spot to end next time she comes in and loves on you a little bit. Good, pull away while she's still intrigued. Thank you for watching. I'm so excited to share more of this mare's story. Stay tuned for the tag removal and name announcement.